Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on my channel. Today with a little bit of an unusual video, at least in terms of my recent videos with Itla Napali. But while I was building this one, and you've already seen a POV of this ride on the channel, I wanted to go back to this one, and I have built this before the full release version of the update, and a few things changed with the smoothing tool. So I tried to build that one with the new smoothing options, and it somehow appeared that the smoothing option didn't really work in the pre-release version I had, and when I tested it afterwards it was quite changed. So I wanted to give it another go, and this is what we do, well, live in this video, so to say. I'm just changing a few things, also according to the feedback. I really appreciate how many people like this one, apparently. One bigger mistake I made in this time, really, seriously, I'm completely honest with you, that was fully intentional. So I called this one a launched Lech Coaster, which is, obviously, it was controversial for a reason, because this would be, you know, I should have just called this launched NewGenMEGA Vekoma Coaster, because that's basically what it is. But since there's only one NewGenMEGA coaster of Vekoma currently running, which is the Lech Coaster, I thought, you know what, give it something that is more well known from the people than you know, a NewGenMEGA, which is somewhat very general and not really distinctive. So that's why I called it this way. But you know what, I'm just calling this video from its title a little bit differently, though, that it makes things a little bit more obvious. And obviously I know that this is not a Lech coaster, that Lech is basically the name of the coaster, as Taron is obviously not the name for the launch coaster of Intermin, and so on and so forth. So yeah, what we're going to do is, first of all, we are going to close that one so we can edit the track again. A few things have happened, and we're going to simply try and do this. So we can obviously start and run the test all the time. We unfortunately still can't change any other trains, but we can now, which is pretty cool, use these smoothing tools finally, that they do change something. So if I smooth the height over here, we should be able to get away with less of this awesome I'm just calling it awesome, but it isn't awesome, with the really awkward little, yeah, it is not really, how should I call it, it's not unsmooth, it's more like a subtle rattling, if that makes sense. And someone commented even on the video, which was really funny to listen to. It was like, the unsmoothness of the coaster in Planet Coaster makes it feel like an old Vekoma one. And yep, this is basically what happened throughout this. But yeah, I'm just trying to now change a few things with the autocomplete technique over here, which I am applying not quite perfectly right now, but I'm just trying to do that and see how the train behaves through it. It looks already quite a bit more smooth over here, but there are a few things I wanted to change. So for example, this area over here needs a little bit of a rework. So what I want to do is get a lot more banking in, because what I figured is what I did way too less is the banking. Like the change of directions is a bit too subtle actually for my coaster in terms of compared to the Lech coaster, which, as I said, is the only example I can take at the moment. This is the only thing I can do as an example, and you can see already now things have changed, and it works apparently a bit better. Like the height now changes accordingly, and can even change the turns. But what I don't know why, but it somehow confuses some of the turns. Let me just try if this one happens. No, it does work a bit better now, so it does shape the turn a bit better than before. So you can actually choose quite a lot of pieces at the same time and then just smooth out the turn, and it does what it should do. It smooths out only the turn, which is somewhat a very handy trick if you don't work with the 4-meter technique, which is apparently the problem. And if you've seen one of the videos of Variable Gaming, here I was already mentioning that. So maybe in the future, if they continue working on this, there is a little bit hope that with this action, like with this implementation of this one, we still can have a little bit of hope that the coasters in general get a lot more smooth by a normal way of building it. So I think, also referring again to Variable Gaming, who said that quite nicely in his video, you know, at the moment it definitely makes sense to basically spend the time into the 4-meter technique and then just make the smoothing forth and back and all these kind of things, because the results are worth it. I am well, I'm not doing this that often because my focus still is a little bit different, and as people already started complaining that the progress in Isla Napa is too low, I should say, or too slow, I should say, that's the word I was looking for. I'm very well aware of the fact that my focus still is something else. But yeah, I mean, the fact is there is still this kind of dissonance, or like I don't really know how to call it, but it still does make sense to use the 4-meter technique to apply things to your coaster, or to apply to your coaster to make it really smooth, like a lot smoother than you would get it with the normal techniques. And we know that in sometimes in some coaster types the results are somewhat better than in others, and so in these coaster types that are better with the new smoothing options, people can achieve results that are as good as possible with the Planet Coaster Builder, and they kind of make the 4-meter technique obsolete, not in terms of the smoothness you can achieve with it, but in terms of the input-output ratio. So as soon as the Coaster Builder gets as solid as it can be with the given programming of, like, let's put it in the words like Planet Coaster 1.0, it definitely makes sense to go on this kind of level, so that you don't spend your time doing the 4-meter technique, because you can achieve somewhat great results without it. You won't ever get to a point that these things are as good as No Limits 2, for example, simply because it's just not possible with the basic programming and how the coaster builder works and how the node system works and all this kind of stuff. It is simply not possible. But, and that's the hope, with a more solid coaster builder, and that's the point I'm trying to make for minutes now. It's a little bit problematic building at the same time and talking, but with a way more solid coaster builder, we at least could hope that you don't really need to use the 4-meter technique, because the results are good enough to have without it and with the normal coaster builder, so that you can finally build again in bigger segments, to not spend 2 days on one coaster only, and hence have a better progress and better coasters in the end result. So that's something I really would hope for in the future, and I'm hoping that with this little step ahead, with having more options in here, and you can see that Smoothen the Turn does a thing now. So it does really do something, and it doesn't destroy your banking, which is super awesome. You can still smooth this out, but you will get a better result in the end, which is fairly nice, I have to say. And I have no idea what I'm doing right now, if this is going to be any good, but we will see in the end how the result turns out to be, and then we can, just go on and smooth a little bit further. But you can see that it is doable with these changes, and people also suggested to make the launch a little bit stronger, to have some more speed. I think I like the pacing quite a lot. The only thing I think I want to do is to give it a little bit less friction, so that we go with 0.8. I changed it back. I had it on 0.8, but then I saw that I still can increase the launch a tad bit, and so I went back to 0.9. That was a little bit German in here. 0.9 friction, which I liked a bit more. But I will go now back to 0.8, and then we're gonna see how that turns out. But yeah, as I said, I'm just trying to make this whole banking a tad bit more aggressive, so that we have a bit more Lech Coaster feeling to it, if that makes any sense, to call it like that. But yeah, I think we are on a good way. Now let's just check whether this autocomplete technique still works over here a bit. Doesn't make sense, doesn't make a difference. Oh wait, that was not the way I wanted to do it. In terms of direction, I don't even know if that makes too much difference. All right, there's the auto saving. Come on. Okay, we're gonna take a ride now on this one and see how that turned out. Hopefully the performance will be as good as needed, so that we can see if it all worked out just fine. Do we have to do something else before? I don't think so. Oh wait, I wanted to lower down the friction. That's what we need to do though. Let's put it to 0.8 and then go into... Oh wait, yeah, we need to change the car apparently, because I also used the other car for the POV recording, simply because this camera is broken. But I'm going to show you right now. Let's just have a look at the POV right now with this cam, and then in comparison with the other car. Wow, what's that? Alrighty, okay. Before we go to the other car, let me just quickly change a few things I just noticed already. I don't know what happened to this turn over here, but it's completely broken in terms of smoothness. There seems to be, with the smooth and turn option, I think I just went in a tad bit too aggressive here. Let me just see if I can smooth this out a bit better and then use the autocomplete technique to make it a lot better, because these parts we made with the autocomplete technique turned out to be quite nice though. So let me just check whether we can do the same over here. Can I just... No, I want to... Sorry. There we go. Please coaster pass by. That's so nice of you. There we go. And same goes here. Alrighty. Let me just check if we can do this over here as well. Okay, that looks fine to me. Well, can I just delete a bit more? Yes, I can. Okay, we do need to... Oh no, it's still okay. So that was okay. This turn over here still is not my favorite, I have to admit. The overall... Like, there is a bit of a problem with the shape over here, I have to admit. It just needs to be a bit more back here to just go, well, whatever. We're gonna just try to make this transition over here a little bit better by just using the autocomplete technique here. I don't know if that makes a big difference, but we can just try it. And what I really found a lot more problematic than this is basically this area over here. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to maintain this at 0, please. Hello. Can we just... Yeah, that's good. Yeah, see you later. That's okay, but I just want to make sure that this remains straight until we really go into the turn over here. So there we go. I mean, we can now smooth this last bit out, but the first bit really was way too... I mean, that was really unrealistic going that early into the turn, so that's a lot better now. Okay, this transition over here is basically crap, so hopefully we can just change it a bit more now. Oops, that was a bit too much. Oh well, actually, maybe that changed it to the good, I don't know. So this turn over here, maybe we can smooth the banking and just smooth all 2 times. Well, did it? Yeah, it just basically destroyed the banking completely, so we need to make this manually again, as always. That's what I hate about the smooth all option, so I really hope they're gonna fix this in the future, maybe over the option to make the smooth turn better, because at the moment it just basically just ruins your entire banking, which is really uncomfortable. So we go in here. I don't really know if that's too subtle, because we start going too much banked down here. So having a little bit more banked over here already could make the whole thing benefit. Nope. I just want to just have the autocomplete technique over here. Yeah. I don't really know how it behaves through here. Let me just wait until the coaster passes. At least it looks okay from this angle. Let me just check whether the coaster behaves. Oh yeah, it looks not too bad actually through here. That's fine for me. So I like this part. Just the last bit over here is a bit bad. Yeah, see, there was a little bit of a kink in here. So that's what I don't really like about this part. So maybe we can just delete this one and maybe try the same with that one. Hopefully it gets better. Nah, there still is a kink in here, so we need to get this. Nah, okay, I think we have to make this manually again. to get a better shaping in here. So, I mean, we have more speed, so we... Wait, what is even happening over here? So let me just see. There we go. We could also still go a bit more in here, a bit more banking. And now we try to make the turn. Go over... Whoops. No, that's not the way I wanted it to. Go straight over here and just... I don't even know if that makes sense with a banking offset. I think we could at least get a little bit out of it. So there we go. Now we can go back. Yeah, that's okay. Let's see what the what the hell. Okay, let's just test what the smoothing tool is doing. I mean, that's fairly unprofessional, but maybe. So what's happening? Okay, this seems to be completely awkward. Okay, what's happening though if I smooth height with it now? Okay, that makes height at least a lot better, but the overall turn is like still broken. So how do I get this done now? I'm just trying to use the options available now. That's what's happening with smooth all. Okay, but the banking should be completely gone now, right? Yeah, at least for the most parts. Well, let me just use the autocomplete again. I don't think that I improved this. I really don't think this is even slightly improved. This turn is way too sharp, actually. This looks pretty much out of place now. We're just gonna have a ride on it. The only thing we have to do is to change the car into whatever car this is. It doesn't really matter, because like now just see how much the camera angle change, or the change of the car, improves the overall smoothness just by having another car. Wait, I just need to hit test, otherwise we won't have a test. I need a shortcut to jump into coaster cam though. Sam, if you're listening, can we have a shortcut for go into camera mode? For example, C or something? That would be sweet. Alright, let's see how this now works with the few changes we made to the layout. I mean, and obviously with the other car. Okay, there still is a kink in here we have to get rid of. Alright, that's way better. I love the transition. That was a lot better. Oops, there was still a weird kink in here. And now let's see how this works. Okay, wow. Okay, this is super nice. I mean, its shaping isn't perfect yet, but I love the transition. Alright, this is rubbish, just simply rubbish. And the last part is also not okay, but we saw quite a dramatic improvement, and you know what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to change the overall shape of this turn quite a lot. I think we can just make the most of this area and just bring the whole thing to well, I didn't want to do that. Just go in here. And now you know what, I'm just trying to do that with longer pieces. So let me just try to do this with 8-meter pieces. I don't know where we are getting at with this, but I'm just trying to do my best. So, is this a banking offset in here? No, wait, that looked awesome. Somehow crazy. Okay, we go in with quite heavy banking. And now we try to make the transition just over here, going into a left-hander, which is a lot more spread out, so it's not as tight as the other one was. Going completely around here and then just reconnect with the coaster. I mean, we could have, you know what, we just can go. Let me just try to build that from above first. So I still want to go a bit more in here, so make this really a bit more as a turn. And then we go slightly downwards, not too crazy. And now as we go straight, we make the transition go still downwards a bit more. And now go into the other direction, quite heavily banked already. Oh wow, we are very, very close to the other track, which shouldn't be the case. So let's stay a bit higher here. Not sure if I like it later on, guys. I'm just testing something. So, to make that whole thing... Is that still... It's very close to the other track, though. I don't think that this would ever be happening, but we can just enlarge this to the left hand a bit more. Just move this outward to make sure that this is not too dangerous for the guest riding it. Let me just see if that is... Okay, it's not too tight though, so it's actually working kind of nicely. And now we need to go down here, get rid of the banking, and try to bring that whole thing into this, right-hander in this case then. So apparently we have to do it like that. And where is my auto connect tool? There we go. Right. So I think I like this, in terms of the overall movement, I like this way better than before. I mean, then we could actually go a bit wider over here, making this a bit more swooping. Let me just, if that's even a word in English, I have no idea. I just said something and I thought it sounds nice. Don't even know if that's correct. So if we just follow a bit more the curve over here, so then it makes a lot more sense. We may have to remove that tree though. Oops. And where we go? Come on. Just move over. There we go. Down here. Make this whole thing straight. And then go into the other direction. Can we already connect? Not yet. Now we can. So what does it do with the shaping? Just check from above. Okay, we have to smooth that out a bit. But I like this bit way better than before. I like this way better. Okay, before we are going to smooth this area out, I still even don't know what this curve should be in general. So we should be able to move this outwards a bit. There we go. Cool. And now bring this one into one shape. I think that's okay. I mean, quite professional, but yeah. So let me see what's happening with smooth turn. Okay, this is weird though. Look at this. Look at what happens if I do smooth turn. This is super weird. Like that shouldn't be happening at all. What is that even? I need to smooth them all to make somewhat of a believable shape. So what happens if I choose this one and now smooth turn again? Okay, then it seems to work, but before that was weird AF. Okay, I have no idea what that was, and I have a feeling that this is very unsmooth over here. It at least looks already pretty much unsmooth, but yeah. We're going to see in an on-ride in a few seconds how this all behaves. Just check that. Oops, that was a lot too much actually. Bring it up a tad bit. Wow, there was also a kink in here. So apparently that looks a lot better, and I hope if we go now, please let's. Okay, this works a lot better than expected. So I think the smooth height option really helps. So if I use it over here, it should still do. Yeah, I think it really does help. The smooth height option is really good. The smooth turn option though, no idea what this really wants from me and what it really does. So I'm quite a bit, yeah, unsure about this option though. This transition is, what the why is that happening? Okay, this looks a lot better to me now, but sometimes even the autocomplete option really doesn't do the job. Just, okay, that was one too much. I just want to smooth out this area over here. Thank you. So how small can we make that piece? Okay, not that close, so close, not that small actually, so we have to rely on what we have. That's because I made the 8 meters, yeah. This is why you would use the, actually the 4 meter technique in general. That makes so much more sense. Yep, sorry coaster, you are broken. Wow, what's happening here? This is so bad. So let me use the smooth turn option then. No way, what does it do? I just don't get it. No, that's not what I wanted. Just redo it, please. Ridiculous. So apparently this is a lot better. The banking is super crazy over here and doesn't make any sense, so why not? Why does the smoothen option doesn't work any longer again? Okay, it does. Okay, I just needed to get the piece as reference over here. I don't even know if that needs to be... I think it would make sense to get one straight again, but yeah. So we go into this corner over here, and then I don't know how this transition behaves though. Let me just check and remove this tree a bit to the side. So we go in here, that looks fairly okay. I think the overall shape over here with the turn could be a bit better. So let me see at least what smooth turn does when I use this turn over here. Okay, it does something, which isn't good because it totally ruins the shape of it. I have no idea if it still is somewhat smooth, so I'm just trying to use this autocomplete option over here again to make it a lot smoother. I'm very sorry, by the way, about the coughing. I'm still not 100% recovered, so my voice is already you know, recording nearly 30 minutes. My voice is going to be away now. I'm also about to end this episode quite soon, so hopefully this is going to work. So 2 bigger kinks I remembered we need to get out of this ride. So it was this one over here. I don't know if it helps if we do autocomplete over here again, because I used it and it seemed not to change much. But we try it again and hope for the best. And then the other one was down here. This was a pretty heavy one though. I just need to smoothen this all out and hope. Oh yeah, that makes things a lot better, I hope. So what about autocomplete option over here? Can I just delete those 2? Yeah, there we go. And then just try to do the same again. That seems to work better. Can I just... And I think I want to... How much banked is this curve though? I think we can just increase it a tad bit, not too much. Hopefully that makes it. Just a little bit more movement in here. Okay, the coaster comes through here very nicely. No, there's still a kink in. I just could... That was... Whoops! Whoa, 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 that was aggressive. Holy crap. Okay, let me just, please... I don't want to have that whole piece, please. I mean, just... Wow. Why? Is it because of me using the autocomplete option, right? Can I just... I just want to have this piece then. And just smooth... Wow. Why does this happen? I don't want this. Nope. Please. I hope that I can fix something. Maybe smooth... What the hell? What's that? Why? Why is that happening? This is not good at all. Yeah, I think I have to live with that then. Oh wow, this is how you destroy a good part of a coaster. Jesus. Okay, hopefully it works now. Otherwise, I have a problem. Okay, it looks better, even though the shaping of this one isn't perfect at all. But yeah, okay. Still, I think this one was fairly good, even though it looked pretty bad now. But yeah, let me just check. Okay. Can we jump into the right train? Okay, let me just use this train then. I don't really care. So, go on, please. Where's the other one? Can we just start, please? Quicker. Quicker, please. Wow, this is a long waiting time. Okay, so, alright. Now that's the last try we do, and then I'm going to end this video, but then apparently I am going to change it a bit more and give you another super smooth POV 60 FPS, because that's way more enjoyable than just like looking in here with the 30 FPS option. That's not okay. Entry, for whatever reason, is... Oh yeah, autosave, sure. Okay, way better now. This is way better now. Okay, there's still something in I don't like. A lot better now over here. This is a lot better still. And now let's hope... Oh yeah, that's fine. Still just need tiny bit more smoothing up the hill. Okay, we're gonna go through here. Oh yeah. This is super nice. I like this. going into this inversion. Oh, we have to smooth that out a bit. Now this new section comes in, and how we go in here? Well, the speed is not really there to do this kind of movement, right? Okay, this is somewhat broken. Alright. So, apparently, still, even though we have the 0.8 friction rate, this is still not great over here. I don't know if it makes sense to go down to 0.7. I have to check that, because the speed through here is not really enough to make this kind of, you know, movement over here. It doesn't really work, because the pace is not here to make these kind of heavy bank turns. Yeah, either way I go with way less bank turns. I'm going to change the whole thing again, but I don't really want to change too much about the layout, because I still like the layout quite a lot. So what we have to change definitely is a bit more of the entry into this loop over here. I think we changed it to the worst at the beginning of the episode. Obviously this one over here is completely bad at the moment. I don't know about this section over here. Maybe I'm going to change this a bit more. But overall, I think the improvements in terms of movement, especially in this little piece over here, and also in the transition over here, in this transition and in this transition, they are a lot better. So I'm definitely going to finish that off and give you a POV just one day after this video is released. And since I have no idea when, I'm just stating that I'm going to do that. So that should be it from my side for today. Hope you enjoyed this little coaster building episode, and let me know your feedback in the comments down below as always. Have a great day and see you next one. Bye bye. We should be hiding out wherever we may find love that's flowing.